Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Father and Son Petrolheads. Haven't done a little video on the old Jag for a while, mainly because there's not really been much to say, which actually is quite significant for a 20-year-old 174,000 mile Jaguar. So let's go for a little drive. Unfortunately, I've broken my phone holder and I don't want to be outside the law, so you'll have to forgive me. This won't be exactly a motion video because it's a bit tricky to do that. I have a new one on order, and we'll just do a little bit and have a little drive around, and I'll go for a few bits, and yeah, maybe I can have a comment or two and let me know. Thanks ever so much for watching. Catch you soon.
Connection.
Hello there, welcome back again. So I had to go and find somewhere quiet to park because you can't hold your phone and drive. So I thought I'd go through my old Jag. I'm never going to like new cars, I'm sorry. You can have all the mood lighting and crap that you want. It's never going to be my bag, just isn't. I'd love a 50-year-old Triumph Vitesse as my daily driver, but working in London in the middle of Battersea, it's not always practical. So let's talk a bit about the Jag, my cheap Jaguar, which I haven't done anything on the channel with for a while because there's not anything to say. So let's go through some of the bad bits. The infamous Jaguar headlining. Am I brave enough to have a go at fixing it? Am I brave enough to get the £9? It will end up looking like a Chesterfield sofa from eBay. I don't know. Give me some advice. What would you do? Bear in mind, this car's 21 years old, done 174,000 miles, and well, let's just go and have a look at a few of the other things that are a few issues when you have an old high mileage Jag. One thing to mention, if anyone's got any advice, so the CD changer doesn't work. It powers because I've seen the lights on and everything else, but yeah, can't get it to read. I can't even remember what it says on the display now. Anyway, it's insignificant. I use Bluetooth for YouTube and listening to music and whatever, but it'd be nice to have it working. So anyway, any top tips, always welcome. So why did I get this particular Jaguar? Well, first of all, my missus loved the colour. I think it looks super smart, and that was one of the reasons. However, it's far from the best Jaguar. It's had some terrible paintwork. I'm sure you can see there. There's a horrible patch there. There's lacquer peel there. So it's never going to win a prize as the prettiest one. However, in my opinion, is it the best looking Jaguar? It's certainly up there, isn't it? Oh, by the way, why are these so horrendously expensive and horribly cheaply made? If anyone knows the answer to that or where I can get one, answers on a postcard, please. What else about it? We've got a little bit of corrosion, as you can see. But I bought the Jaguar mainly because, and it's just me, I'm sure everybody out there has their own preference, but it's black inside. And the one thing I've never been able to stand is a cream interior. So if we were going to buy a Jaguar, and believe it or not, we only went out for some hair dye and came home with this. I could have cleaned it, I haven't, I will. anyone can shed any light on these, I'd be grateful. But that's the real reason I bought it. If I'm going to have a Jag, it's got to be black inside. I'll put up with the pale grey, cream. Blech. So, let's have a little look under here. And it's filthy again. Remember, this car's a daily driver into London and out again. There's bits of it that are slightly detached, which I'm sure should be attached, and all of the clips are probably missing. I won't open that because it's quite warm. But as I said, I've done 170. The car's done 174,000. I bought it nearly 2 years ago, about 19 months ago, on 154,000. So I've done 20,000 miles, and there's an annoying little tick, which I don't know if you can pick up on the video. It's very slight. What have I done to it in the time I've owned it? In fact, let's open the bonnet again now it's running. And anyone's opinion on how to make it a bit louder. I quite like it when you give it some stick and you get the nice little V8 growl, but it's very quiet outside. So, there she is, purring away nicely. Now, for that age, that miles, and considering the fact that all I've really done to it is given it a gearbox service when I first got it, it's had two engine services in that time. And other than that, it's had brakes. Brakes are consumables. It's had brakes all round. It's had rear brakes twice because annoyingly one of the sliders got stuck, and that caused one of the pads to wear out almost completely, but only on one side of the caliper. It's where do I go? What do I do? And I'm sure everyone's got their own opinions. Do I sell it, buy a better one? Had it 2 years, 20,000 miles. What's gone wrong with it? Oh, let's be honest. I've completely forgotten, but I'll come back. Air suspension. Every now and again I get a sign on the dash, a yellow warning light, and air suspension failure or something like that. It's not failure, it's not as dramatic as that. Air suspension fault, that's what it does. Nothing changes, the car doesn't drive any different. I come out the next morning, it's gone, and it might not do it again for days. So that's a bit infuriating. Has anyone put them on coilovers? Is it worth it? And part of the reason I ask that is all the front suspension needs doing. Do I polybush it? I don't know. My son says I should, and it will last forever. Is the car going to last forever? Who knows? But it's a £2,000 Jag that has been, touching wood, utterly reliable. It's thrown a hissy fit and dropped into limp mode maybe 2 or 3 times. Once, very unfortunately, as I was doing 70-80 miles an hour on the M40, and it decided it was only going to do 30. I believe it's related to the cruise control, and my son thinks it needs a throttle position sensor. Again, answers on a postcard, please. And I'm going to put the phone down. The video will be annoying. You'll have to forgive me. I need to sort a new phone holder out. I need also to sort a microphone out if I'm going to do this, and I might as well make a bloody effort at doing it better, hadn't I? Anyway, let's go for a little drive and see what you think. Hello again, everyone. Sorry about the change of a tyre, but you might have noticed that I've at least got a phone holder in the car now. So I thought I'd do the final little bit of the Jag video on my way home from work. This is my typical journey. Left work 10 minutes ago in Battersea, and I've got to get back to Uxbridge. It's about 18 miles. It depends on if the traffic is kind or otherwise. as to what my journey's like. What other things do I notice about the car? There's a little plonk when it drops into first sometimes. Sport mode still works really well. It's only a 3.6 V8, by the way. It's not the big 4.2, but it still goes well enough to embarrass the silly little boys in the Toyota Celicas. Why do the parking sensors only work in the summer? It was a beautifully hot day. They work front and rear. I haven't figured that out. I haven't tried. Other than that, I've been really struggling to be hypercritical. The steering wheel's got some damage on it. It's done almost 175,000 now. So, all of the Jaguar experts out there, and there's far more people out there expert than I am, we'll do a little drive, we'll do a little bit of a run. I'll get to the M4, which is when I go home. I'll give it a few beans. It sounds quite nice. Other than that, yeah, any answers, any communication. I love to have a chat. Any communication and a bit of advice on where to go with it, really. Is it worth spending a few quid on? Is it not? I don't know. Anyway, I'll be back to you soon when I've got a bit more interesting journey than traffic and Albert Bridge. Thanks for watching. Catch you again in a little while. Cheers. One thing which a Jaguar does very well, in particular in London, is allow you to A, waft, and B, with the smooth gear changes, and even though the suspension is quite tired, I'm still pretty well comforted and corseted in here. And as you can see, my journey it doesn't consist of getting over 15 miles an hour, certainly for the first 7 or 8 miles of it. So I'm not going to record any more because it's very boring. But we'll get to the M4, open it up a bit, and hopefully you'll get a little idea of what these old girls are about. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a share, and by all means, give us a comment, have an engage, and let's see what I do with the old bus. Cheers. So I thought I'd just give you another little idea of the rubbish that this poor car goes through every night. As you can see, we're on the A4 trying to get out of London. I've been on the road 40 minutes and I've probably done 5 miles, I would guess. The one thing it's not very good for, of course, is your fuel consumption, but the less said about that the better. And also, I can't demonstrate it because obviously I can't touch my phone, but the car has decided to blot its copybook with the air suspension fault coming up on the dashboard again. Though again, there's no difference in driving, nothing really changes. It never comes on from cold from first start. It's only ever when you're driving along, and normally after you've hit a pothole or something of that ilk, but not always. Anyway, I'll be back to you as soon as I've got a bit more exciting driving. Thanks again. We're just about to hit the M4, so it's taken 50 minutes to do about 8 miles, which is not too bad going, believe it or not. So I'll just do the last little bit because there's not really much to say, but we'll give it some beans. I've stuck it in sport mode for no other reason than it makes a bit of a better sound. We get to the M4, there's a 40-mile-an-hour camera, and once you get past that, then we can give it some beans. And see what she'll do. So it still goes quite well, quite respectable really for 21 years old. I don't like going particularly crazy on a motorway. It doesn't fill me with excitement at all. And we just knock it out of sport because we're plodding along at the legal limit now. So it makes a reasonable noise. Overall, I love the car. My missus adores it. However, as I discussed earlier, it's not the best one in the world. Do I make it better? Do I sell it and buy a better one? I don't know. 2 years, 20,000 miles, touch wood, pretty bloody reliable. It's over to you guys. Thanks for watching. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a subscribe. Have a chat. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Cheers.